Hello everybody in the Nordic region, my name is Jason Vale, otherwise known as the Juice Master, and welcome to my little juicy kitchen. I've got literally just a couple of minutes in order to try to get you juiced, and that is my mission in life. Some of you may already be aware of my work. I'm luckily to be the best-selling author of many books on health, and in particular juicing, and the reason why I got into it is very, very simple. Because I knew that fruits and vegetables were good for me, but I didn't like to eat them. You know, the highest concentration of nutrients that you will find in all fruits and vegetables is when they're raw. The problem is, where we would normally perhaps eat a raw apple, the chances of eating a raw carrot, or raw broccoli, or raw spinach, or raw ginger, or raw beetroot is very rare. But yet our bodies are crying out for the goodness that these have to offer. So I thought, you know, when I was overweight, and people say, I can't believe you were ever overweight, because of course it's hard to imagine now. But of course I was very overweight, much more than I am now. I had large breasts, which is never good for a man. I was badly asthmatic. I used the blue Ventolin inhaler and the brown Ventolin, anything up to 14 to 16 times every single day. I was covered from head to foot in a skin disorder called psoriasis. I knew I was in a bad way, and I knew that fruits and vegetables would help. But I like steak and chips. So this steak and chips were making me ill. This stuff would make me better. So how can I get this stuff in my body in its raw form on a regular basis, as many different vegetables as I possibly can, in a way that will make them taste really good, and in a way that I can do it in a super fast time? And I discovered, they say like almost an epiphany, I did discover juicing years ago. And at the time, the juice extractors were really tiny. You had to chop everything up. It was a real pain. Cleaning the machine took forever. But despite all of that, even back then, it was still worth the effort. My skin cleared up. My asthma didn't improve. It went away completely. I mean, zero, gone, finished. And I'm now in, and of course I lost all the weight. And I'm now in the very fortunate position where I receive literally tens of thousands of emails from all around the world every single year from quote-unquote miracle stories, where people have literally just taken on either 1 or 2 juices a day. They haven't even changed their lifestyle entirely. And what happens is that when you get the liquid energy contained within the plants, your body is just one big juice extractor, and here is your blender. But most people's internal juice extractor is beaten up. And it's really hard for us to actually get the full quantity of nutrients that we require. And we require more nutrients now than ever before. Because with over-farming, the problem is the level of zinc and selenium and certain vitamins and minerals is far less than it used to be back in the 40s or the 1950s. So we need more of it, to the amount that you couldn't possibly consume by eating it, which is where my 2 lifesavers come in. See, this is a juice extractor, and unlike before, we now have broadband juicing. I call it broadband juicing because anybody can easily get in, because it takes seconds now to make a juice. All you need to do is take an apple, for example, and you don't peel it, you don't chop it, you don't do anything with it. You get locally grown produce if you can, where possible. That's what you really need to do, and that's full of nutrients. You pop it in the funnel, and look, there's no chopping. So what vegetables can we mix with this? Because an apple makes everything taste sweet. So look at this recipe here. You haven't got to follow it to the letter, but this is, because we've only got a very short space of time, this is what I want to show you. You put 1 apple in the bottom of your, what I call broadband Phillips juicer, and you put vegetables in between, any vegetables you can. Spinach is rich in chlorophyll, sunlight energy trapped within the plant matter, that when we release the juice, it goes into the bloodstream, supplies energy all around the cells. Carrots, incredibly high in beta-carotene, provitamin A, known to be an anti-cancer fighting agent. We have cool as a cucumber, cool the system down. You can add courgette or zucchini. We're the only people who say courgette, I'm sure, here in the UK. Celery. I hate eating raw celery. I think it's disgusting. But if you mix this high sodium, rich, beautiful vegetable in and mix it with an apple, then all of a sudden it tastes good. I'm going to add some fresh ginger. This is a natural antibiotic, a tiny bit of ginger. What I'm doing here is getting as many vegetables as I can. Fennel. You only need a tiny bit of fennel going in as well. Now we're going to add anything you can see in terms of vegetable. We've got that bit of pepper as well. Technically, anything with a seed is a vegetable. We're just going to add a little bit of yellow pepper in there. And now we want to add a bit of zing to it. We've added some ginger. We're just going to add a tiny bit of lemon. Now you can add lemon with the rind on. Put it all in there. we're going to get a nice fresh apple and we're going to sandwich it. I tell you what I'm missing. I'm missing the ingredient and a half. Raw beetroot, a great blood builder. If you can get hold of raw beetroot, that's the baby. You just simply turn on the machine. Now watch this broad man. You just push it through. How long does it take to make a juice? You can now do it with a finger. Push it down. And the red of the beetroot is going to really dominate. Turn that off. Now look. Now what I want you to notice, see, look, if you've never had freshly extracted juice before, this is the difference. This is what got me so hooked. You get one of these. First of all, when you pour this thing out, I want you to notice how rich, how creamy, how delicious. And one funnelful in the new Philips juicer makes exactly 1 glass of juice. And if you can see here, we've got a beautiful rich head. And it starts to separate slightly. And what a wonderful color. There are no artificial colors. There are no artificial flavors. Everything here is simply from nature. We extract the juice contained within the fibers. That's the brilliance of broadband juicing in the machine. We don't have to do any of the hard work, which means that more of the nutrients are absorbable by our system, which means that for once, instead of eating it and hoping we're going to get the nutrients that it contains, we all of a sudden have a knowing that by juicing and just grabbing a little, you see, this is sweet, it's delicious. People think with vegetables, it's going to taste really earthy. But because beetroot is sweet, carrot is also sweet, apple's also sweet, and it deadens the spinach and the celery and the cucumber. You think of how many different types in the spectrum of color of nutrients. You can't possibly drink one of these and just not feel good afterwards. You drink one of these every day and you feel phenomenal forever. Now listen, if you want to know more, you go to www.philips.se/kitchen, or you can find out more about myself, the books, juicers, everything else online at www.juicemaster.com. Unless I see you ever in my life, please may the juice be with you.